Let's just say the war bunnies coming.
I swear to God, the only reason we have to put this fuckery of a disclaimer at the start of the video is because the Rugrats playing VRChat have loose shitty nappies and will strike anything that hurts their precious little feelings. G'day everyone! If you thought the VRChat community couldn't get any more unhinged, strap yourselves in because I have got the raw, unfiltered proof right here. We are looking at the actual footage from inside the Proximity Chat Museum before it got nuked. The level of absolute delusion in this video belongs in a medical journal. These people are genuinely organising a war over digital screenshots. Let's roll the tape.
This is the fucker's sick trophy room, essentially. If I didn't think he was already a fucking psychopath, I do now. Only a fucking psychopath keeps the trophy room of his victims.
Before we even start, I've got a direct message for the bloke of the hour. Hello, Proximity Chat. Mate, sorry for using your footage today without asking first, but I wanted to make sure we preserved the absolute goldmine that was your museum before it got wrongfully taken down by the corporate suits. So, let's crack into this video. If you want this video down for any reason, either contact me via a YouTube comment or shoot me an email and I will happily take it down right away. And I'll make sure Bazza over here doesn't rip it and upload it somewhere else. Because Bazza is an absolute asshole like that. Now look, I have absolutely zero fucking issue with Proximity Chat or his museum. I actually wanted to go in there myself. I was going to log on, have a laugh, and take a look at the 500 plus weirdos he had beautifully archived on those walls. But, as you can see, I've been busy making my own content in the real world. Let's talk about the people who got this museum shut down, the absolute freaks. I cannot fucking stand these baby pacifier freaks that are well beyond the age to be acting their fucking age. You are grown adults. You have mortgages and back pain and you're sitting in a dark room with a piece of plastic strapped to your face, crying like a toddler because someone took a screenshot of you acting like a complete drongo in a public server. It is a sickness. And it's the same absolute nonsense with Nova Online. I swear to God, I cannot wait for Jid to catch his fucking chunky fatzilla ass riding around on a tricycle.
Let's just say the war bunny's coming, and she is.
It is beyond pathetic. The war bunny is coming. I am shaking in my bloody boots. Proximity Chat better lock his doors. Mate, because a bloke wearing a virtual rabbit suit is coming to take a war to him. This is what happens when you don't go outside, ladies and gentlemen. You start talking like an anime villain over a server mute. He made it personal. No, he didn't. He took a screenshot of a public lobby. Let's see how much worse this gets. Right, so we've gone from crying about digital harassment to straight up real-life death threats.
I do now. Only a fucking psychopath keeps the trophy room of his victims. I bet you I'm in here somewhere. Oh look, it is me.
Over a virtual picture. Let me reiterate this for the absolute drongos in the back. Woman, it ain't illegal, and it's not real life. You cannot get someone arrested because they asked for $100 to take down a picture of your 3D model. And threatening to hunt someone down and kill them because your partner got their virtual photo taken? Do you realise you are recording yourself committing an actual crime while crying about a fake one?
His wall of his victims or some shit like that. 1,349.
Are these like people he's killed?
No, these are people he's harassed. And I bet you every one of these people he's ruined for stupid, petty reasons. Even got his kids taken away from him. IRL because of it. Well, to be fair, he was going through a bit of an issue with his wife, but that doesn't matter.
And the bit about the kids, I think is a you problem, not a Prox problem. I don't blame the wife leaving. If your life is so fragile that a VRChat troll can dismantle your family unit, you have much bigger problems than a museum. You don't need a war, you need a social worker and a stable job. These war bunnies are acting like they're in the trenches of World War III. And can we talk about the visuals for a second? You've got these people crying about privacy and harassment while they're standing there in full body tracking, jiggling their fake Kim Kardashian virtual jugs for the entire lobby to see. Honestly, it's disgusting. You're in a public instance, you've spent 3 hours configuring your physics so your avatar has realistic, and by that I mean cartoonishly exaggerated movement, and then you have the audacity to act offended when someone looks at you? You're not a victim of a crime. You're a victim of your own desperate need for attention. You want the digital jugs to jiggle, but you want to be treated like you're sitting in a library reading a book? Pick a lane.
Recording right now. So, Proxy, you got something to hide here? Because you put an auto freaking jail system in your thing in a private instance. So it sounds to me like you might have something you're trying to hide.
But they're actually just sitting in their bedrooms wearing plastic headsets. It's the highest form of delusion. Here's where the legal experts come in. They're threatening to sue, they're threatening to contact VRChat staff, and they're even talking about privacy policies for avatars. Get his ass arrested? On what charge? Digital emotional distress? You're threatening to kill people over a picture, and you think that makes you the good guy? Threatening to hunt them down and kill them while recording it on your own stream? You are literally handing the evidence to the cops. These people aren't lawyers. They're just loud, angry, and completely detached from the legal system they're trying to use as a weapon. How fucking pathetic. They're all obsessed with this idea that they're being jailed or cloned. They're treating a VRChat instance like it's a real prison. They're out here conducting coalitions and gathering allies to take down one guy. The amount of effort they're putting into this could have been used to learn a trade, get a degree, or literally anything productive. Instead, they're playing war in a virtual sandbox. It's not a resistance, it's a circle of people who are too obsessed with their own digital image to realise how ridiculous they look. The transcript ends with them still trying to report him, still trying to enforce their no recording rules, and still acting like the victims. The absolute state of these people. A privacy policy for your custom avatar. Mate, you don't own the game. You don't own the servers. You are walking around in a public instance hosted by a massive corporation. If someone wants to use OBS to record you chucking a massive wobbly, they can. You have absolutely zero legal rights here. The fact that VRChat actually caved to these absolute muppets and deleted this world just proves that they are catering to the lowest, most delusional denominator of the internet. Right, listen to this. We are digging into the transcript of the so-called war against the Proximity Chat Museum. These people aren't just angry. They are living in a completely different reality. We're talking about people who think they've lost custody of children because of a VRChat troll, and others who think they're entitled to legal protection for their 3D anime models. It's pathetic, it's hilarious, and it's a masterclass in why you need to go outside and touch some grass. Look at this. They find their own photos in the museum and immediately jump to psychopath. A trophy room of victims? It's a screenshot wall in a game, mate. You aren't a victim of a war crime, you're a victim of someone being better at trolling than you are. Listen to me. If you have to put no recording allowed in your group rules to feel safe in a public-facing digital world, you shouldn't be on the internet. You are the reason the Proximity Chat Museum had to exist in the first place, to show the rest of us exactly how far gone you really are. VRChat needs to realise that by banning the museum, they didn't protect victims. They just confirmed that the most vocal, obnoxious and delusional people are the ones steering the ship. Pull the investors, shut it down or let it burn. I'm done with it. Go touch grass, the lot of ya. And let's circle back to this absolute gem from the transcript. He even had his kids taken away from him IRL because of it. Mate, if your entire life is crumbling, if your partner is walking out the door and your own kids aren't in your care, and you are sitting there pointing a finger at a guy named Proximity Chat because he took a screenshot of your neon-coloured polygon avatar, that is a you problem, not a prox problem. I don't blame the wife for leaving, honestly. I'd walk out too if I came home to find my partner in a dark room, screaming into a headset about a War Bunny coalition and a digital museum.
A direct order from me. I am going to get that world shut down.
You know you're up there, right?
Oh, I know. I fucking know that. And every time you guys come to me with problems like this, it freaking triggers me.
Either you're here to be a walking billboard for your own narcissism, or you're here to be a normal human being. You can't be both. It's the peak of VRChat hypocrisy. Look at me, look at me, look at me. Wait, no, not like that. How dare you document the exact thing I spent all day trying to get you to look at? Get a grip. This is the mirror dweller epidemic. These people spend their entire digital lives staring at their own reflection, obsessing over their custom assets, convinced that they are the center of the VRChat universe. And when a troll comes along and breaks the illusion by showing them what they actually look like, not to themselves, but to everyone else, they have a meltdown. They aren't fighting for their rights.
I'm just an employee, guys. I'm not trying to be rude here.
I don't care. No one will ever control me or tell me what to do. I'm going to contact VRChat. I'm going to contact the staff. I'm going to go to the police. I'm going to go get this place brought down.
Just because someone took a virtual picture of you?
And stay away. Don't even get your camera out. Don't you dare.
They're fighting to protect the delusion that they aren't just another bored person hiding behind a digital skin. It's pathetic, it's voyeuristic, and it's the most bizarre form of vanity I've ever seen. Keep the jugs, lose the attitude, and for the love of God, step away from
my
the
group's name on it, I will immediately have you kicked.
If your domestic situation is being dictated by your performance in a virtual lobby, then you didn't lose your family because of a troll, you lost them because you checked out of reality years ago. Stop blaming your pathetic life choices on a video game. Proximity chat didn't ruin your life, he just held up a mirror to it and you're pissed off because you hate what you see. And this whole trophy room of victims narrative, give it a rest. It's a screenshot wall in a game, mate. You aren't a victim of a war crime and you aren't a political prisoner. You're just a victim of someone being significantly better at trolling than you are. You got outplayed. You got caught acting like a clown and it was documented. That's not harassment, that's called consequences. You want to stop ending up on the wall? Stop acting like a bloody freak in public. It's a pretty simple concept, really. But no, they'd rather spend their time organising a coalition and screaming death threats. It just proves that the museum was doing exactly what it was supposed to do. Documenting the decline of the human brain. Pause the tape.
How'd you guys
listen
end
to
up in
this.
here?
Because he was being questioning my partner and it was not okay, and then taking her a picture without her consent. If I had the fucking money, I would pay him fucking $200 to get both of us taken down.
You're gonna pay the charge?
He wants you to pay him $100 to get your fucking picture down.
This, the fucker's sick trophy room, only a psychopath keeps a trophy room of his victims.
Means he has something he's trying to hide.
It's interesting that he would have a jail section like this. You'd think he'd want to show off his trophies.
Fair warning, guys, I'm recording right now. So, Proxy, you got something to hide here? Because you put an auto freaking jail system in your thing in a private instance. So it sounds to me like you might have something you're trying to hide. Maybe some of all your victims. These are all the people Proxy has harassed over the years. I'll make sure to share this with the people in VRChat.
Listen to me, you absolute muppets. It's a screenshot wall in a game. Oh, fuck me. It's already 12 minutes in? Look at that. If you're still here, you're either one of the freaks I'm talking about, or you're a complete masochist. Let's be honest. Most people probably fucked off about 40 seconds into this video. We are in the golden age of the goldfish brain, aren't we? If the video isn't a 15-second TikTok with Subway Surfers footage underneath and a text-to-speech robot reading a Reddit story, you lot can't keep your eyes on the screen for more than a heartbeat. But you're still here, still stewing, still fuming. Why? Because you're addicted to the outrage, aren't you? You hate that I'm right. You hate that the museum is still up for online viewing like a gallery. And let me make one thing very, very clear. I'm not taking this video down. And I'll tell you who is taking it down. Nobody. Because the only person who gets to decide if that museum stays up is the man who built it. Not you. Not your little coalition of victims. Not your war bunny army. You're all so desperate for a win that you've turned a 3D model screenshot into a civil rights movement. It's pathetic. If you spent as much time fixing your life as you do reporting virtual worlds, you wouldn't be in this position in the first place.
Tonight's the night, and it's going to happen again and again. They talk about privacy, about harassment. They don't know what harassment is. They're playing it being important, but in the end, they're just clutter. And I've always been very good at clearing the clutter. And your lucky proximity just wants to take your picture. If it were me, the museum would be an empty room. And you'd be a memory nobody ever bothers to upload.
Because it's a game, you absolute psychopath. If you disconnect them, they'll just make a new account with a new anime skin and be back in the lobby by lunch. That's the whole point. They're like cockroaches. You swat one, and another one pops up with an even louder soundboard. You can't clean VRChat, mate. It's a septic tank that's already overflowing.
You have such little imagination. You think in accounts and usernames. I think in sequences. One wrong move, one corrupted cache file, one breach in the server's integrity, and they don't just log off. They lose everything.
Right. Okay. So you're basically a digital nuker. Look, I get it. The war bunny is annoying, and the guys jiggling their fake jugs in the mirror are a stain on humanity. I agree. But you're scaring the audience, mate. We're supposed to be roasting these losers, not plotting a total server wipe. Can we just go back to mocking them for crying over a screenshot? That's much more fun.
Mocking them is a hobby. Erasing them is a necessity. Proximity is the artist. I'm the eraser.
Yeah, well, someone tell the eraser to keep his mitts off my video. We've got another reel of roasting to get through, and I'm not letting a fictional serial killer turn my commentary into a snuff film.
The undeniable proof of harassment. Every picture of these are people he's harassed on video. He's basically given me proof of people he's harassed.
Wants to sue Proxy for putting their picture up on the museum walls.
He has.
Fucking hell. See what I mean? The people in this game are so unhinged they're actually manifesting fictional psychopaths just to feel something. Goldfish brain error, everyone. Nobody can sit through a normal reaction anymore without someone threatening to delete the entire digital universe. Can we just get back to the roast now?
You call it a roast, Gallagher. A performance. You think if you talk loud enough, if you mock them with enough grit, they'll suddenly wake up and realize how pathetic they look. But that's where you're wrong. They aren't watching because they want to learn. They're watching because they want to see if they're the star of your next segment.
Oh, give me a break. You think they're narcissists? I know they're narcissists. They're standing in front of mirrors in VRChat for 4 hours a day, Dexter.
Yeah,
they want the attention.
I understand.
If they see themselves in my video, they'll probably celebrate it. They're that far gone.
Exactly. They crave the validation. Even the negative kind. Being exposed in a video is just another way of saying they exist. You're not roasting them, you're feeding them. You're adding a new wing to Proximity's museum. You're giving them a seat at the table. And you're doing it all with a glass of coffee in your hand, acting like you're the sane one.
All right, look, Dark Passenger, don't get existential on me. I'm just pointing out that these people are an absolute stain. If I have to be a part of the problem to point out that it's a problem, then so be it. Someone has to shine the torch on the cockroaches.
You in with us?
I mean, I would hope so.
I'm kind of his plus one.
I'm throwing these guys in my prison.
The digital assets they hold so dear. The lives they've built in their little virtual shithole. Gone. The problem with shining a torch, Gallagher, is that you forget the cockroaches can see you too. You're so busy laughing at the War Bunny and her coalition that you haven't realized you've walked right into their lobby. They aren't threatened by you. They're excited. To them, you're not a critic. You're just another character in their little play.
Yeah, well, they can keep their play. I'm the audience and I'm the one holding the remote. If they want to be part of the show, let them. But they're going to get roasted until there's nothing left but burnt pixels. Are you going to help me pull this apart, or are you just going to stand there being a moody prick?
I'll watch you try to change them. It's almost poetic. The man who shouts at the screen and the people who scream back. A perfect loop of digital noise. But remember, Gallagher, when you spend this much time staring into the septic tank, don't be surprised when you start to smell like it.
Right, well, that was helpful. Don't listen to him. He spent too much time in the harbour. Let's get back to the War Bunnies meltdown. Where were we? Ah, yes, the part where they try to sue over a JPEG. It only gets stupider from here, I promise.
Okay, I'm done recording.
I've been trying to work on a coalition of people who have been trolled by him, because this moron, he made a museum of all of us.
I actually already have a couple small groups of people who are more than happy to fight against him.
Proximity chat, and he makes it so bold. Check
You
this
aren't
out.
a victim of a war crime. You're a victim of someone being significantly better at trolling than you are. You aren't victims, you're fucking content. If you didn't want your picture on the wall, you shouldn't have been acting like a total dingbat in a public server for the whole world to see. You didn't get harassed, you got exposed. Oh, please, call the cops. Tell them, officer, someone took a picture of my digital skin in a game I'm playing for free, and he won't take it down unless I pay him $200. The officer is going to laugh you out of the station, take your badge number, and then call your psychiatrist. And the death threats? I'll hunt him down and kill him? You're literally recording yourself making terroristic threats over a video game. You aren't the victim anymore, you're the criminal. These people are so far up their own asses they can't even see the fucking daylight. And this last bit, I added no recording allowed rule to my group. There's such a thing called a privacy policy.
You mentioned that you said you wanted to kill him or something like that?
I'm going to fucking kill him. Rat bastard, I'm gonna fucking kill him.
Oh, I did tell him that because I was so fucking pissed.
Walked right up to him, said no recording, it's in my group rules, and yes, I can enforce that, and yes, I can enforce that, and kicked him and banned him from the group. That was an instance owned by my group, which specifically says no recording without permission.
Mate, your group rules don't override the TOS of the multi-billion-dollar platform you're playing on. You don't have a privacy policy. You have an ego that's too fragile for the 21st century. You're playing pretend, role-playing like you're the owner of a sovereign nation. But at the end of the day, you're just a bunch of baby pacifier freaks who are terrified that someone might see you for what you actually are. Boring, entitled, and completely lost. Proximity chat isn't the problem, you are. To proximity chat, keep doing what you're doing. You're holding up a mirror to the most toxic, delusional corner of the internet, and clearly they hate it because they can't handle the reflection. And to the rest of you, touch some actual physical grass. Go get a job, go talk to a real person, and stop acting like your virtual shithole is a peace love hippie zone. I'm done with it. Bazza, turn the bloody camera off.